Live. Okay, I'm not really answering any chats during this video. What this video is about the 9 noble virtues. So we came out here today. I scheduled a pagan meeting in the community weeks ago, and we ended up having some snow. So we're out here. Nobody really came by, so I'm gonna go live on my YouTube, and I'm gonna make some pagan videos on here because it's important for me to get it out there that I am a heathen, I am a Norse pagan, and my belief system has led me to be the man I am today. And yeah, I'm still improving, but damn, what an improvement since I found the God. So the belief system is built around, for me, the 9 noble virtues. Okay, so to start it off, I'm gonna go with honor. Honor, I always think about it like God, self, and then family. You know what I'm saying? So when you honor the gods, you know, that's just believing in whatever you believe in. You have to honor that higher power in all things you do, and then you transfer that to yourself, and then you honor yourself by honoring your higher power. In turn, you honor your family. That's with making your choices or anything like that. If you have a decision coming up, if you can put the virtues first, like say, where's the honor at in this decision and where's it going to lead, that'll help you in decision making and making wiser decisions, because wiser decisions is what it's all about. Truth. All these virtues tie into each other. So truth, all of this is, you have to know the truth, and you also have to know when things are untrue. You also have to know when to say the truth and when to not say the truth. I mean, if someone feeds you nothing but lies and you feed them all truth, is that wise? Maybe not. Why are you talking to them in the first place? You know what I mean? But truth, defined by the self. Okay, so truth defined by the gods first. What is your spiritual truth? You see what I'm saying? And then what is your self's truth in your life? What is true in your life? The things that have happened in your life, the things that you believe in. And then it goes to your family. What is the truth in your family? How often are you communicating to find that truth? And, you know, also it's not so much the opposite of truth as lies, but knowing when to withhold truth as well. Like not everybody needing to know everything all the time. We're in an age where the internet makes some people feel, especially in the younger generation, that they have to put everything out there all the time to display on the world, and that's not realistic necessarily. But that's the way society is becoming. So hopefully some of these virtues, if you go back and watch this video from the beginning and later, and some of these virtues will help you no matter what you believe. See what I'm saying? So that's truth. All right, courage. Courage, God, self, family. So courage, whenever you have courage, like I have the courage to venerate my gods, right? I believe that the All-Father is Odin. I'm not ashamed to say it, just like any other believer is not ashamed to say what they believe in. So that goes for any man. You have to have that courage to stand up for what you believe in and fight for it if you have to. And it doesn't have to necessarily mean violence, but sometimes fighting is violence. And violence can be spiritual, physical, emotional, verbal. You know, I'm a rapper. You know, it goes along with it sometimes. Also, the courage to tell the truth. Sometimes we have fears about telling the truth or facing the truth. You want to have courage to face truth, and also you want to also know on the opposite end of courage what you fear, and how you face those things you fear is really what courage is, because everybody has fear. If you go through life saying, "Oh, I'm not afraid of nothing," really you're lying to yourself. And you know, you have to be able to have the courage to face your own truth. You know what I mean? And then as far as family, that's for the self. So as far as family and courage, you know, you can't. Sometimes you have to have hard talks with your family. You know what I mean? Sometimes you have to tell people things and they don't want to hear it necessarily. And sometimes, you know, maybe you tell, you know, your grandma something she wants to hear. You see what I'm saying? Like, You have to have the courage to know when to say and when not to say. But most of all, what I want y'all to get out of courage is definitely stand up and fight for what you believe in, and know what you believe in. Have the courage to go seek that knowledge as well. Have the courage to go experience new things so you can be wiser as you grow. All right, fidelity. So fidelity to the gods, being faithful to the gods. I'm faithful to my gods. Whatever you believe in, be faithful to that. Fidelity also to yourself. Be true to yourself. If you have values and morals, keep to them. Don't break them for nobody. A lot of times where fidelity is broken and we don't realize it is that we start doing for others so much, and then we lose a little bit of ourselves in that. And I experienced that before with my addiction, kind of. It was like I felt like I was giving so much of myself away, and then at the end of the day, I was wondering why nobody did nothing for me, and it was because I was giving too much of myself, or maybe even at times switching back from giving to all of myself to taking everything. You know what I mean? So as far as fidelity to yourself, you have to be true to yourself, and you have to have, your standards of morals and guidelines that you follow for whatever it is, and that's on you. And as far as fidelity, like to your family, you get to choose sometimes in this life who your family is. Who you put yourself around, that can become your family. Fidelity is not the same thing as loyalty. A dog will be loyal to its owner, you know what I mean? But it has a fidelity of, going and peeing on a tree. It's always going to be faithful to the way it is, its instincts and but humans, we're aware of where we pee, so to speak. We're aware of where our fidelity lies, and we can make that a conscious effort to become better people. All right, so hospitality. Hospitality to the gods, always be welcoming to the gods or any spiritual divine force that's going to come into your life. You might have another human being trying to bring you some divine force in a way that you've never recognized before. You have to be open to that. You see what I'm saying? So have that hospitality to bring warmth and love into your mind and heart so you can learn new things and live a better life. Hospitality to yourself, treat yourself right. Health-wise. You know what I mean? Be open to going for an effort for yourself to make sure that you can do for others. And as always, hospitality toward family and friends. All these things are based off of ancient lore. I don't know if you can hear me right now. I'm away from this truck passing. So all these principles are based off of ancient myths. And we'll get into more into that later, but I just want to keep going over these principles. So hospitality, anybody comes to you, treat them with hospitality, treat them with respect, welcome them if they're not an enemy. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying welcome in the enemy and give them cake and sweet tea and shit. What you really want to do is, be guarded in that respect of hospitality. But you don't want to shun anybody away at face value. You could be meeting one of the gods. You could be meeting somebody that's going to change your life for the better forever. You could be experiencing something that changes you for the better forever. So that's hospitality. Discipline. Discipline is getting something done every day, whether you want to or not. Day in, day out. For example, waking up in the morning is not discipline. Getting dressed, that's not discipline. If you work out every day and you have a schedule and you stick to that schedule, that's discipline. If you go to work and you're always on time at work, that's discipline. You have it in yourself to have the self-control to get the things done that you need to in life. Okay? It's good to set boundaries and disciplines. It's good to say, I'm not going to do this and I will do this, and that helps you grow as a person. Okay? Discipline to venerate the gods. Discipline for yourself, for your health, wealth, and happiness. And discipline to your family to make sure you're spending time with your wife when you need to. Make sure you're picking up and hugging and playing with the kids. Make sure you're, treating your boss or your employees like they're people instead of just droning on and fucking punching a clock and pressing a button on a machine. Treat people like they're people. All right, self-reliance. I love this one. Self-reliance, okay? For the gods, self-reliance for me means I want to learn more about the gods and get closer to the gods and have the gods be a part of my daily life and everything I do, right? Nobody's perfect. We're all human, right? For myself, my self-reliance is if I can do something myself, I'm going to do it. If I can fix the car myself, I'm going to do it. If I can get up and do the dishes, I'm going to do it. If I can, anything, stuff around your house, or if I say, hey, I want to learn about that, go get a book and read about it instead of just like flipping little tidbits online and learning whatever Google wants you to learn. Like, go learn things on your own. There's a path to enlightenment, okay? It's not dogma. I'm not telling you what to believe. You go back and watch this video. These are all principles you can use in your life. They're not commandments. You're not going to go to hell if you don't follow them. You're not going to heaven if you follow them. You just have a better life, maybe. All right. Self-reliance extends from the self, and then it goes out to your family. So when it extends to your family, if you can't do something, if your uncle can fix a car for you, call up your uncle. He'll be happy to do that for you. And then you interchange brainwaves, and you know what I mean? Also, like, before you go paying anybody to do anything, ask your buddies if they will help you out. And in turn, see if there's anything you can do for them. And that builds a self-reliant community. See what I'm saying? Industriousness. Industriousness is making something with your hands, building something. Not just something physical, but creating ideas, getting people together. Creating a community is being industrious. Creating positivity. Maybe you create an event where people meet up and it's positive and loving. That's industriousness. You're using your body and your mind to go out and create in the world. That's what industriousness is. Here's a little story. When I was locked up, I used my industriousness to learn crocheting. I made things that you wouldn't believe out of yarn. I made slippers, I made hats, I made blankets, all sorts of stuff out of a piece of string like that in a hook, right? I was industrious in this. I went out there, I learned the skill, I learned the trade, I put it to work, I did something with my hands every day. That will help you spiritually, physically, and mentally stay healthy in your life if you have something you're making with your hands. Okay, perseverance. I saved this one for last because perseverance is seeing something all the way to the end, right? So if you start out doing something that you really believe in and you make a good plan, see it all the way through. What happens a lot of times in the modern time is we have such a short attention span that we want to go to the next thing, to the next thing, to the next thing, and there's really no stillness about things, right? And you're like, well, getting things done, perseverance. Perseverance means action, and you're talking about being still in things. What I mean by being still is having patience, waiting, making a plan, getting things done in a fashion to where you get a little bit done every day, keep going at it, instead of being like, I'm trying to get all this done right now, and it's the next level on Angry Birds. You accomplish, and it's just little, you know what I mean? Instead of that, it's like building a house. You build a foundation one day, then you frame the next day, then you put the roof on, then you put you build in sections. Instead of having short-term gratification, you have long-term gratification if you stick to your perseverance. Perseverance with the gods led me to have a better life. Perseverance at working with myself led me to be healthier, mentally, physically, spiritually. And perseverance with my family leads me to not going off the deep end, raging out, running off. All shit I used to do when I was a, immature little kid, man. But I found the gods. They helped me to live a better life. And I really want to share it with the world. So what I'm doing out here today is I wanted to have a class. I didn't expect the weather when I created this event 2 weeks ago, but we had a little weather. So instead of wasting my time just waiting around for somebody to come out here, because I don't blame them. Some people are on back roads. The roads are slick. I'd rather them stay home. But I'm creating this video for the people that missed it. And I'm also creating it for the people that follow me out there so they can know more about me, because I'm not just really about this, small talk internet bullshit. Maybe if you follow me, I can tell you some shit that might enlighten you to go seek some shit that would change your life one day. I appreciated this Swamptree Seder. My wife's been with me right here the whole time. Shayna, Seder, put a ring on it if you love her, boys. And I'm out. We'll see you next time.